For decades, Court and Spark by Joni Mitchell has been one of my absolute favorite albums. I love every single note, every phrase, every chord change. In spite of this, though, I still have to admit that I don't feel like I really understand her music as well as I should. And I say this because for all these years, Court and Spark has been the only album by Joni Mitchell that I can say I feel a really deep connection with. True, I might enjoy an occasional track outside of that album, but when I listen to most of her other records, I often find myself thinking, what exactly am I listening to? And the strange thing is even when the music isn't quite clicking with me, I can still tell that it's really good. There's depth, there's brilliance, there's craftsmanship, but I'm only understanding that on an objective level, when I really want to feel it on a deeper, more personal level. Why is it not hitting me in the same way that Court and Spark does? I think sometimes it just comes down to preference. I personally tend to gravitate towards more concise melodies. And Court and Spark, admittedly, does offer more of that than a lot of her other records do. Joni's melodies oftentimes feel very free-flowing, stream of conscious, and her lyrics are just as winding. They are rich with imagery and layered ideas. Ani DiFranco is another artist that writes in a very similar way. Her songs can be challenging to absorb, but I found they're often worth the effort. I should add that lately I have been doing a lot of used vinyl hunting. I go to garage sales, estate sales, that sort of thing. And when I spot a vintage Joni Mitchell record, I pick it up with the intention of using it as a way to start exploring her music in a deeper way. Sure, I could just stream any of her albums instantly, but vinyl forces me to slow down in a way that CDs and streaming don't. Vinyl has a ritual to it, and that changes the experience. This morning, I put on For the Roses, a record she released in 1972. It's one that I had just recently picked up at an estate sale. I would have been about 10 years old when this came out. Back then, I was probably more into Batman than Joni Mitchell. So I doubt that much of anything on that album would have spoken to me at that age. But today, here in 2025, I'm listening to the title track, the song that closes side one, and a line suddenly stops me. Remember the days when you used to sit and make up your tunes for love and pour your simple sorrow to the sound hole and your knee. She's singing about life before fame, about a time when music was purely personal, a way to process and express, not to perform. I can almost picture her pre-fame sitting alone with her guitar, maybe in a park or on a park bench. And that image takes me back to when I first picked up the guitar, to long afternoons spent alone in my bedroom trying to figure out how to express something, anything through those strings. Back then, there was time for this. Life was slower. There were fewer distractions, fewer screens, more space to just sit and listen, more room to wander around inside my own thoughts. Back in 1972, there was a lot less to steal your attention and a lot more time to figure out who you are. I realize now in 2025, I've forgotten how to do this. I've forgotten that I used to be able to do this. Listening to vinyl helps me slow down. I mean, I also like how it sounds when it's taken care of course. But more than that, it resets something in me. And today, Joni Mitchell did that too. She slowed me down just long enough to remember a part of myself I thought I'd lost. A version of me that could sit quietly with a guitar and get lost in the possibilities. There was so much time for that, and now there hardly seems to be any. I don't know if I can ever fully get that part of me back, but today, Joni Mitchell helped me remember that he once existed. And maybe just remembering is enough to believe that he could return. This is TJR, and if you like this video, well, you know the drill. Thanks for watching. I'd love to hear your thoughts, not just on this video, but on anything it stirred up in you. Let's talk in the comments. Take care, and I hope you all stay safe and healthy. Bye-bye.